Yo, the people, Smith motherfucking are here today, of course, to give you guys Noucome. God, this fucking name. Fucking episode 3 motherfucking review. This episode, I know most of you probably clicked away right after the intro. So did I. First, I thought, what the fuck am I watching? What the hell is this? Like, basically, this dude, there was like naked and there's another nigga named like Natsukumi or some shit, and like he was like, I'm gonna put this banana in your mouth, and like he was moving it down this nigga's oh god. Oh yeah, the beginning. Surprised me. Let's go with surprised. Okay, let's go with surprised. Didn't see that coming. Yeah. Let's just move on, okay? Let's just move on. Let's just move on past that, because it actually does come somewhat tie in later on about exactly why he had that. Basically, he got knocked the fuck out by this girl, and she used the pressure point that would make people forget the last 5 minutes, because she did confess. And I also gotta say this. I actually did find out that apparently this anime has an English name, which is basically like, all these damn choices are getting in the way of my high school romance or some shit like that. And you know what? It makes sense. Like, basically he can't control it, and I don't know. The English name is kind of nice. Am I still gonna use it? No, fuck that. I don't got enough space. I can barely even put in review at the end. Like, legit. Like, it's all like, oh my god, this name is so long. Like, amazing. But fuck it. Anyway. And then basically she used that technique on him, and he actually did forget. And so basically he has to make her laugh. And he's looking for his book and immediately pulls out a fucking banana. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, we just saw that banana and now you're pulling out one? Like, basically he was all squishy, and so he threw it on the ground and he looked for the book to find it because he's going to tickle her. She's like, I don't got time for this. She started walking away. He chased after her. And I believe he had a fucking choice. But, oh yeah, now I remember. He could either, like, continue the conversation. It was, like, long choices. There were actually some pretty long ones. Like, oh my god. There were some really long ones in this episode. But basically, he had two choices of comedy that he could make, and he chose one. And basically, he's chasing after her, slips on a banana, and legitly flies 15 feet into the ground. Does a backflip through the entire thing. Yo! And she just bugs out laughing. And, oh, she's like rolling around on the ground and shit. In the best part, this nigga gets a text message from God. Yo! I don't know why I like that so much, but I don't know, that's just hilarious. Like, yo, the guy sending this nigga a text. Like, yo, congratulations. Like, it legit had, like, fucking, like, I believe it had fireworks on it or something. I was like, what the fuck? Like, really, God? Like, that's just hilarious. God's character. I'm digging him. I am. Because he don't know what the fuck's going on either. He's like, oh, well, fuck it. Why not? Like, I'm really digging God's character. And then basically, from there, it proceeds on to his next task, which is basically to get this girl, who is the third most popular in the school. Her name is Yawakaze Konagi. I'm going to call her Konagi. And basically, his next task is to see her panties. Like, I believe it was like, see her panties worn. Yeah, or some shit like that. So basically, he has to see her panties. And he's like, he goes down to talk to this bitch, you know, magical head smash technique. And he started to remember what the fuck was going on. And she threw this nigga into a wall. Like, yo, like, you forgot now, don't you? Like, and then basically, fucking, I believe, yeah, oh my god, this bitch's name. Yurigani I know I've probably fucked it up mad, but fuck, I don't care. Yurigani basically finds him. She stumbles across him. And he's like, hey, what you doing here? Like, like, all that. And then basically her friend's following her. She runs into her titty. And then like, she just goes bouncing off. Like, ah! What the fuck is this? Like, yo, and then she lands on her fucking all fours. And I'm just like, oh my god. Is this the girl? Like, because apparently I didn't recognize that name, so I don't know. But yes, that was the girl, in fact. And there's like a couple jokes like, oh, you're really good at imitating a pig, or pigs are good at imitating you. It's like, that's the way around. Fuck it. Then basically, he's given a choice. He can either ask to see her panties, or he can, I believe, like, take off his panties and ask for a trade. Like, bro, you wearing panties? Like, that's all I was thinking. Like, bro, you wearing panties? Like, right now you wear, like, fuck it. Or I believe it was underwear. Let's just say it was underwear. And so, of course, he chooses the first one. And he says it. And all of a sudden, these niggas just come behind him. Like, yo, come with us. And they whoop this nigga's ass. Like, and apparently find out that they're, like, part of, like, this group of guys that, popular girls. And so they're, like, their security force. They whoop this nigga's ass. He's basically in the classroom, explaining without exactly saying what's going on about his absolute choice, that he has to see her panties. And basically we also get a little bit of insight in this episode about what they call them, like the 5 rejects. Like the reject 5. Yeah, reject 5. And basically, we only met 3 of them so far, and there are 2 we still need to meet. But basically, these people all look really good, and they're very attractive. But they have qualities about them which makes them be rejected. And it's shown in this episode, too, but that's basically how it is. Because, I mean, this dude's a pretty good-looking dude, but he does mad crazy shit because of absolute choice. That's the only reason why I can't really be fucking with the romance. Like, absolute choice. Take off your shit. Like, and he has to do it. He has no choice. Then basically, Yawakaze, in this scene, oh my god. Basically, she comes to get him from classroom, and they're meeting like on the fucking stairs, and she's basically explaining that, no, she's like apologizing, she's never had a guy talk to her that way before, and she only wants to show her panties to someone, a person that she really likes. And what really got me though is that she said, she only wants to show the person who she likes. Which indicates that she likes somebody. Right now. I'm just saying, it indicates that for the reason that she said, when I like somebody. She would have said something like, when I like somebody. But no, she said, who I like. And so there possibly is somebody that she likes, but it hasn't been explained yet. But that was a nice phrasing of words, which possibly could mean that she likes somebody. Or you could like this mom. I don't know. And then basically gets another choice. He can either, because basically she explains it all like that. And this dude, like legit, his face just starts just shooting out blood. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude? Like, what the hell is that? Like, it made no sense. Like, he's just talking as he says it. And then all of a sudden, just out of his face, like, just mad blood fly. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, he's bleeding out his eyes? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and basically gets a choice, and basically he can answer, so when are you going to show me your panties? Or a second, he can turn into panties. He can turn into underwear. And he decides, of course, the first one. He says it, niggas come from behind him again, grab that nigga's shoulder, come with us, and they proceed to whoop his ass again. And while they're whooping his ass, no. I gotta say this. No. There was some stuff, like this dude was like, hey, this guy got this nice ass. I'm like, what the? Like, why? Why would you? Like, it's one thing if you're whooping on a nigga's ass, but then one of them motherfuckers apparently started to get down on the, he bent down a little bit, like, lowered his body down. And he started fucking with me. He's like, yo, let go of me. Like, what the? Then basically, fucking, you're a guy. Oh my god, I swear to God, this bitch's name. You're a guy, fuck it. Basically, after they're done whooping his ass, she comes out from like this little alleyway, and she talks to him. Is like, okay, I'll help you. And he moves out the way because he don't want to see her panties and shit like that. And he's actually a good guy. He's just being forced to do this. And so I'm like, oh my god, this nigga. And this is when stuff, basically she's going to help him see her panties. He's like, okay, you just gotta be around her a little bit, and eventually she'll fall all over and you can see him. And then it proceeds on to like the next day. But before that, I want to talk about this little scene, which brings back to the whole like, swallow my banana. Like, and legit, like, just, you could see, like, some dude's at, like, shot, oh my god. Oh my god. Why the fuck? Okay. Basically, this girl, I believe Chocolate, was sleeping on his leg. And what happened was basically she was sleeping on, she, like, sleepwalks into his room and sleeping on his leg. And then she's, like, having this dream, like, no, you can't do it. You know, and like stuff like that, like she's having like a sex dream about him, and it's like, no, it's like, okay, here's the chloroform, Nagasaki. I'm like, yo, it's like, you know, take this banana, and I'm like, oh my god. So apparently, while he's been sleeping, she's been sleep talking to him about this happening, so he's had the dream. So it makes sense, but still, no, this would have been a lot, like, oh, like legit, when that came on, I just immediately, I'm out. Close the browser, what the fuck am I watching? Research that shit, went to a different website. It turned out to actually be the episode, so I was like, okay. Fuck it, why not? Sometimes you gotta watch it. Fuck it. And then we proceed on to the day that they spend together. And this day is actually pretty simple. Basically, we got Yurgi basically saying like, oh yeah, you gotta ask the dude what type of panties he likes, and he gets like this choice where he can, because his favorite is of course a garter belt. I'm like, oh my god, like, well, I'm like, okay, fuck it, why not? Do you, bro? Do you? And then everybody just looking at him like, oh my god, that kid's really cute, but you know, he says some really weird shit. Like, so all the girls like, no, fuck that. And then he gets a choice. He can either say, and then these were long ass choices too. Basically, the gist of the first one was, he can either say, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, you woman? Put on garter belts now for my ass. You know, basically being like a sociopath, like all you bitches are under, you know, like you're all mine or some shit. Like he's just full of himself. Or the second one, he can turn in, like, he can put on a garter belt himself and like stand with his like legs open, just like, yeah. I'm really glad he picked the first one. And then there's like this little thing, it's like, of course, after I said that, the cops had to come see me. Oh my god. And it proceeds on through the day. And what I gotta say is, basically, she keeps slipping. And I enjoyed how they did this part. Basically, every time this dude would try and, you know, fulfill his mission, shit would happen. Like, holy light. But the thing was, so he realized it was happening. He was like, what the fuck is this holy light? Like, oh my god, this fucking stream water? Like, he's really, like, you know, explaining, like, all the shit that happens in anime. Like, oh, holy light from nowhere. You know what I mean? And shit like that. And, like, there's, like, the dark gravity. It's like, oh my god, is she defying laws of gravity because she falls down, her shirt stays up and shit, and it's, like, dark. I'm like, oh my god. And then basically they end up going to a cafe. Yurigi, oh, and wait, I want to say a little bit more about that part. I really enjoyed it because they were making fun of, like, all the shit that happens in anime when they try to censor shit. And they're just making fun of it, like the double item drop. Like, she'd fall down, and then out of nowhere, a kid would kick a soccer ball right in front. And then immediately after the kid went by, like a fucking camp, I was like, oh my god. How many times have I seen that? Like, you know, we've all, if you watch anime for a while, you've all seen this. And it's like, what the, like, fuck it, why not? Like, you get used to it, sort of, like, but at the same time, they're making fun of it. And I'm like, yo, like, mad props. I'll give them props for that one. I will. So basically, they go to this cafe. Yurigi, she goes in to get some food. Konagi, she's sleeping. And the dude basically realizes that this is his only chance. He has to act now. And so, what he does is, basically, he gets, like, a choice. He can either flip the skirt or not flip the skirt. And he's real close to flipping the skirt. He really is, but then, like, he decides not to. Like it's weird, because he realizes that she's a really good girl, and he's, like, a horrible person. He's like, oh, fuck it, I gotta do it anyway. And as he's about to, like, flip the skirt, I'm trying to remember exactly Cause no, that thing didn't happen just yet. The robber thing, no, it didn't. I believe he just decided no, he took a step back and he was going to do it, but then she woke up. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, she woke up, and so he didn't have enough time to flip it. So automatically, it picked the second choice because he didn't flip it. She wakes up. Oh my God! And her thing is basically with immorality or something. Not what they call. What the fuck was it? You know what I mean? Like indecency, basically. When you're being undecent, it's like, oh my God, I was indecent in front of a guy and all that. And then some robber just stole a purse. And you know what? This was actually a pretty good scene. When this robber was running through the, he was hopping over shit, and he was running straight towards her, and he out of nowhere, I got you, and pushes this nigga down. And then this motherfucker pulls a knife. I'm like, oh fuck, this nigga's dead. And he's about to stab his ass. And I believe he does stab at him, but he dodges out the way. And out of nowhere, Yurigi, but thanks for stalling him, kicks his ass in the back with the helmet on. Helmet flies off. Nigga knocked the fuck out. And he sees her panties. And apparently her panties are garter belts, which was really surprising. But this is what really got me, what I was really enjoying, was the fact that right after that he got a call from God. Legit. Tad succeeds, and he's like, what the fuck's going on? He gets a call from God. And God's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Apparently, what happened was, at some point, they switched under. I'm like when? But what even got me over that was, they probably didn't do it in the beginning. So, maybe after he said that whole garter, I don't fucking know. And then basically, they're talking, and he has mission complete, so he's done. He doesn't have to actually try. And then mystical wind out of nowhere, panties, you're again. Oh, I didn't know it was gonna be so embarrassing. Takes off running. And then Kanagi's just there, just oh no. And then that's the end of the episode. There are a couple things I gotta throw in there, like the fact that the people who sent her panties are apparently the niggas that have been beating him up. Like this group of motherfuckers. So they're sending her panties, but at the same time, he does some shit and they whoop his ass. Oh my God. But besides that, yeah. And she also gets gifts. Because like I said, she's the third most popular. And you know what? I'm digging this. I'm digging this anime. Except for the... Fuck it. I'll accept it as comedy. I'll accept it as comedy. Not as how it actually was, but as comedy. Because that's what they're... That's at least what I hope they were going for. Because, I'm not joking, that beginning scene, I was like, oh, really? What the fuck am I watching? That beginning scene, oh my God. But you know what? I'm gonna fucking take it as comedy. And overall, I'll give this up to right here a 9 out of 10. Yeah, solid, good episode. Yeah, solid good. It had nice progression, and it was funny as shit. It was. Some scenes you can either consider comedy, or you can consider suspect, whichever one you prefer. I'm going to say it was comedy, because it was explained in later detail how it actually happened. It's because of this bitch Chocolate sleeping on his leg, having these nasty-ass dreams about him getting raped by a banana by some dude named Nagasaki or some shit. Chocolate? Also, I gotta bring up this one scene where basically there's an introduction book that he got. Oh my God, the introduction book was my shit, The introduction book was probably the best part of this episode. Basically, he's reading through the introduction book and had a narrator this going through, because this anime actually has a narrator, an actual narrator, an official person narrating constantly throughout the series, mostly for the books. And he's reading it, and it's fucking, it's the first chapter, last resort, stealing. Oh my God. And he even says itself, what the fuck? It's the first page of the book, and it says last resort, steal. And then it goes on to, the second, which is basically, begging and crying and pleading, and then it's, actually reading through a scenario, will you show me your panties? No. It was hilarious. Oh my God, the books are hilarious. They really, oh my God. That was probably the funniest part of this anime by far. Oh my God, that fucking book. Oh my God. That's why. That's why I'm giving that. Yeah. So overall, this episode 9 out of 10. It was good. The book was obvious, for me at least, was the funniest part of this. And oh my god, like legit, like first chapter 1, last resort, steal. I'm like, it's like legit, like, fuck it. So with that being said, submit to my fucking honor. Peace the fuck out.